Hey, Steve Zucker, welcome back to Pokes channel in the Guitar Lyric System. Hey, here's a 93 Epiphone Joe Pass. I seem to attract these. These older ones really are considered vintage, being a 93. And the real acid test of a great Joe Pass, and I know a lot about them because I've been dealing with these for a long, long time, is how it sounds unplugged. If it doesn't ring out unplugged, it's not going to be as resonant even plugged. Listen to this here, and I'm just using an $80 Zoom Q3, but I apologize. I'm kind of multitasking here. I've got a company that helps people save money on student loan debt. So if you have any student loan or debt or have friends that do, let me know. I'll even give you a $100 finder's fee if you recommend somebody. But anyway, I just want you to hear this unplugged. And I don't have thick strings on here. I've actually got a set which is in between a 10 and 11 because it just, I don't know, my gut told me it would set up really good. I spent an hour and a half setting this guitar up and it came out just beautiful. I mean, I'm really proud of myself. I did a hell of a job on it. But yeah, this is really a good one, man. It was barely played. And as you can hear, one of the things I do to test a Joe Pass is I play really, you probably won't be able to hear it, but I play really quiet. And if I can hear a reverb inside the guitar, that's one of the tests that I know it's a great guitar. Also, like I said, hear how it rings out like that? It's got a really nice unplugged sound. In fact, I played it last night unplugged. Plugged in, it sounds like a Gibson L5. I noticed some of these older ones from the 90s, they're a little bit heavier. They're not too heavy, but I think they use thicker layers of laminate, so that's like thicker layers of wood that gives it more of a kind of a woody, I'm not saying it's a solid top, but it gives it that sound. This is some serious tone, and it plays and sounds a lot like an old Gibson. They really nailed it, man. And I think I read somewhere, I actually studied with Joe Pass when I was in my early 20s. I'm 68 now. But I think I read somewhere that he used to even play the ones that had Joe Pass on because he's kind of an old school purist kind of a guy. And I think he eventually got burned out on doing that. Maybe that's one of the reasons he kind of left endorsing him, you know. But yeah, this is really, it's got tons of fret left. Like I said, I spent a good hour and a half setting it up and it really came out. I spent a lot of time. I adjusted the neck, and it's really hard to explain. Sometimes the guitar will almost tell you how to set it up, and I spent a lot of time on it, and it really came out good. I think one of the best setups I've ever done. I don't do a lot of guitar repair or anything, but I've been playing since I was 8, and I'm 68, and I'm pretty good with setups. But I don't always do it because everybody wants a different kind of setup. But I love these guitars if they're a good one, which this is. That's obviously the treble pickup. And I always know a great guitar when I like it on the very musical. When I like it on the when I like the treble pickup too. But yeah, this. That sounds like an old Gibson L5 or something. Again, I apologize for the phone message. I'm trying to just get a little issue with my email for my student loan business. If you know anybody that has student loan debt, I can save them a ton of money. And if you recommend them and they sign up, I'll send you $100. You hear that tone? I got the action just beautiful on this, man. Like I sat there and played this guitar last night unplugged. Again, here's the unplugged sound. This is not even any electrical. Yeah, this is really a nice Joe Pass. It's all ready to be enjoyed. You can find, it's not easy to find a good Joe Pass Epiphone because a lot of them just are kind of dull sounding and they just don't have it plugged and unplugged. So I spend a lot of time. I buy from a lot of excuse me, a lot of great players, a lot of great collectors that have the ear and the eye, know the great guitars from the average one. But yeah, this guitar looks great. Of course, being a '93, the gold's a little funky looking, which I think is that relic look. But yeah, these one, if you can find a good one from the '90s, they are a huge value. And this one has a lot of Gibson in it. Like I said, I spent an hour and a half setting it up, and I nailed it. I'm proud of myself. I know I keep patting myself on the back. It's made in Korea. This is a lot of value. You know, if you're having trouble paying rent, it may not be the best guitar for you, but the best guitar deal is not always the cheapest one.
We appreciate your business and can't wait to exceed your expectations. Please remain on the line and we will be with you shortly.
Just sounds beautiful, and it also sounds really nice on the treble pickup. Geez, very musical. This is really a nice guitar. I'm going to have trouble selling this, but I will. I just put new strings on. So, diminish. But yeah, man, it's got a huge, kind of an L5-ish. That's a solid state amp. I paid $150 for it. People always tell me, oh, you shouldn't brag about how much you paid for it. Well, what does it freaking matter, man? Anyway, this is available. It comes with a case, $7.99. It's a vintage Joe Pass. It's really a good one too. It looks really great. It's a very musical one. Like I said, it's not easy to find a great guitar, any brand, any model, even the same brand, the same model. Most of the Joe Passers are kind of blah sounding. They sound dead when you play them unplugged, and that dead unplugged has a difference with how it sounds plugged as well. It's kind of hard to explain, but it all transfers and integrates together. But this one is alive. It's got a lot of old Gibson in it. This is a lot of, it plays and sounds like something you could pay a ton more money for. I love this guitar. I'm really going to miss it. I was playing it, like I said, last night unplugged. It just sounded beautiful. Yeah, and like I said, it hasn't really been played that much, and it just has very musical tone.
We appreciate your business and can't wait to
Great
exceed your
sustain.
expectations. Please remain on the line and we will be with you shortly.
I'm on hold with GoDaddy, so I apologize for that. Like I said, I spent an hour and a half setting it up. It came out great. I was actually kind of shocked how great it came out, but I really, I spent a lot of time on it, man. I spent a lot of time on it, and you know, I think the guy that I bought it from has had this guitar for a long time and barely played it. He's more into rock and stuff. He just fell in love with it, so it's really kind of been pampered. So anyway, Joe Pass really has the vibe, really has the sound and resonance, really good sustain, really nice alive mid bass and mids and trebles, and very clear, but also the woody, smoky, Wessy sound. This is really a lot of guitar. I'll miss it. All right, guys, take care.